Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible Podcast. I'm your host, Ant.
I'm Luke.
We're just two blokes preaching the good word of the meat industry.
Yo.
How are you, dude? Nice to see you.
And to you. Been a couple of days since we've actually last spoken. But...
It always makes me happy when I see you and we're doing this. You know, it's just a nice little getaway and it's really good.
I know, actually, I'm actually really looking forward to it. We're doing it in the evenings now, and I'm just, you want the day to hurry along just so you can just have a chat, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, which the Sundays feel like long days, but because we got the families and everything, by the time we realize, like, fuck, 4 o'clock. Oh, I better start putting stuff together or check my phone and do all this and that. You know, and it's just
have a shave.
God, that mustache is disgusting, mate. Honestly,
good, isn't it? It is good.
I love it. Honestly, it is awesome. But
no, I did ask. That was a long way away.
Yeah.
I asked my girlfriend. I said, she said, "Is that for the podcast?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to see if Ant likes it, and he's going to be the test if whether I shave it off or not."
Nah, I love it, mate. It's just a filthy caterpillar. You know, just love it.
Forever now. Throughout the whole week, people will be like, "Are you okay?"
It was the mustache, right?
Yeah. Living life right now.
I wish I could do it, but I got 3 chins. Like underneath this on a beautiful beard, there is 3 chins. That's it. And I
just do a big fat chin strap.
I could do, do the mutton chops connected to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's disgusting. That sounds like a Movember thing.
No worse than this.
We'll get to that. So how was your round at work this week?
Wasn't too bad, things are picking up slowly after a quiet January. We've got a bunch of carcasses in to cut in the next few weeks, which is nice. So they're just in the fridge, chilling, aging, going up nice and crusty. Should be nice. Chilling. I think they're about an 80% humidity currently is what I've got the fridge set to.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice temperature. Get them nice and crispy, yeah?
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's hovering at around 2 degrees as well, so that's beneficial. Higher than that, personally, I think that it doesn't age properly. You want them just to keep it nice and cool.
Yeah.
Get the right bacteria growth and the aging.
Yeah, no, definitely. Nice. Do you have any salt rocks? Is that that whole...
No, we actually went down a full-on sort of dehumidifier route.
Nice.
Because we wanted something quantifiable that was measurable, and has a digital readout. The salt blocks are fine, but you can only really. We just had to dehumidifier route. It was just because it's recordable for HACCPs and all the health and safety, and we're aware if the humidity is too high. But with the salt blocks, it kind of runs on its own. Ecosystem.
Yeah.
And, for ease of record taking and for ourselves, we just went down the humidifier route.
Yeah. Have you ever had much experience with the salt rocks? Because I've had a big handful of them.
I think yes and no, mainly in just a block in a fridge.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never really worked somewhere with a huge salt wall. It's always been a dream of mine to actually work somewhere that has a killer salt wall, which is a huge, the huge spectacle of it. It's just sick.
But the thing is, with the actual blocks themselves, because they come into little brick forms almost.
Yeah.
And so just to get I think I quoted before. I think when I got quoted when I was opening up my shop. I think 20 or 30, I think were at 1,200 or 1,300 pounds or something.
Not cheap, man. It's not cheap.
Yeah, no. And then I was just well, that's only, I've got a 7 by 10 meter fridge.
Yeah.
And I did a bit of a dry aging section at the back of my fridge, and it's got a bit, and I was going to put a glass door. And then by the time I realized, this wall itself is literally going to cost me about 3 and a bit grand. Is it worth it to me? But the fridge,
you might as well invest in a more efficient motor. That's kind of what it is. The salt just helps.
Yeah, the salt helps, but the motors in the fridge I built myself and put it all together, and definitely did my bit. But I got in the boys to do the plumbing and everything, and or the motors, but I've bought it all brand new, and I've put the time and hours on those motors now, and they're just so efficient. In the summertime, I've worked in a lot of shops where in the summertime the engine you just hear go gun there, but these guys are just like just keep just spinning. You know, they're not bad, but it's just like working with Sol Rocks as well. And the downfall of that, I've always found, is like the drips, and it actually like because the salt almost melts, obviously.
Yeah, it sweats, doesn't it? Then you have that collection trough on the bottom.
And then that still goes gooey. And that gets gooey after a while. And then you're like, well, even if you put in plumbing and everything into it, you still need to wash the thing out, and you need to wipe the bricks down. And it's like there's maintenance to it. So like, this wall is going to cost me more money and time and effort, and I got to fucking put it in whatnot where you can just go dehumidifier and have a decent engine to run the fucking fridge.
Yeah. You know, it's good. You know, it got switched on. It brought the humidity of the fridge down, and it's been constant. You know, it's been a complete game changer this year. We got it late, mid-December. Yeah. Fridge wasn't bad, but it was humid in there. You could feel it.
Yeah, good.
Because we've got a rail going to outside also.
I've noticed that in your videos, because you got the two flaps of the rail coming through the middle.
Yeah, that's to the inside of the cutting room. But then we have one that goes outside to a loading hook. And although that is pretty much 95% blocked off, you know, you get a wet week, and it's where the pressure of the motor's working, it just sucks air in either end of the fridge.
Yeah, so, it's done.
And now I've got the dehumidifiers. Sick. Every time I go in there, I'm like, oh.
Especially on those hot days as well. You're like,
yeah. That's what the walk-in freezer's for.
Oh, you got a walk-in freezer?
Yeah, minus 21. It's great.
Fucking pussy.
Guy, how's your week?
Oh, I'm guessing you can tell by the fucking texts I sent you. It wasn't the best day.
It was relentless for a couple of hours, I will admit.
Yeah, so basically to summarize and tell everyone, so over the year that I've been working at the shop, while I built the shop, I have not blocked any of the fucking pipes that I have done. I'm very careful putting stuff down the drain and, cleaning and whatnot. But the fucking idiots that I hired had blocked up the drain. So on the Tuesday I came in, and because I got the two sinks in my shop. I got the big one that I put for like cleaning and everything else, and then I got a single one, and then I've got like a long bench so I can line up all my sausages and like have the sausage filler. So I kind of use that. So inside the tub I put the sausage skins and I run it in, and I'd kind of do that way.
Yeah.
So I found water running through that way, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit weird, Oh, whatever. Maybe one of the boys, because they beat me to work because, being the boss, turn up a bit more later. Come in Wednesday, and I was nice and bright and early, and there was water just fucking pissing out everywhere, and I was like, what is going on? So I pulled, because where it is, you got all the buckets and everything.
Yeah.
I pulled it all
out. Was it coming out under pressure, or was it just like dribbling?
So the thing, where the pipe runs all the way from the other side, it runs, and the thing, because it's PVC, it's bowed, and where it's bowed is where the joint, like the connector elbow or whatever it is, whole thing's bowed, and so all the settlement and everything's built up and started cracking the pipe, and and so I've gone, holy shit, okay. So it was like, first things first, turned the water off, went to the cocks, went straight in there, and I just pulled it apart. And as I pulled it apart, just this big black sludge and everything, all the water, everything just was running. I was like, oh, no. I'm like, and because I'm on my knees and everything, it's run straight through onto my knees.
Yeah.
And gone down my shins and everything. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I realized the pipe itself, so underneath where the pipe runs, it's completely cracked from the pressure itself. And I'm like, fuck's sake, And then I'm scooping stuff out, I'm putting stuff in a bucket. The boys finally turn up, and I'm like, you the lazy pricks who fucking did this, and then like, they're just like, oh, no one cares, mate. Like, they're not getting paid minimum wage. They're getting paid above, like, in pretty good money. And like, I'm doing it. And I was just like, for fuck's sake. So it was like, one went off to do the cutting in the room and the other one was doing the deliveries. And I was like, fine, I'll deal with this. I've got to wait till 9 o'clock. So I called the local place. I'm not going to mention their name, but the local hardware store. I called them. Young fella picks up and goes, I'm looking for a PVC pipe this thick, about this, and I'm looking at about 6-7 meters. And do you have that? And he goes, yeah, it's on the system. I was like, radio, this is only 5-10 minute drive away from me, just down the road. I'm like, radio, fucking hell. Just like this.
Case of, it's in the system, so it's got to be there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, radio, get to the place. So I was like, I'm the fellow who called about the PVC pipe, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, give me a sec. So definitely had a different fella. So he's looking on the computer and he goes, and I was looked at him like, I'm covered in shit and I can smell. You can smell like this is the build up for over a year.
It's all that shit, black sludge, isn't it?
It's all over my hands, like it's in between my nails and shit. I'm looking at him like, okay. And he goes, yeah, it's in the system, but it's not here. And I was like, you fucking what?
What a prick! You told me.
And I was like, so where is it? Like, where can I get it? Like, what can I do? He goes, yeah, the next one's like 40 minutes away, so you'll have to go to that warehouse. I'm like, can you call them for me, please? And he's just like, yeah, of course, yeah. And he goes, yeah, no, they've definitely got it. They've physically got the product. I was like, right, okay. Drove over there. Took me an hour.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is a productive Sunday that I'm witnessing right now.
No, this was that Friday. I was fucking, because you were trying to call me, and I was just like, I'll call you later.
Yeah.
And then, so I got to the place an hour that took me, because there's fucking, so Bournemouth, if there's 100 fucking traffic lights and no cunt fucking doing the roadworks, is there? Fuck.
But that's the same around here. That's the same around here.
That's fucking ridiculous. Like, fucking sort it out.
You know why there's so many traffic lights and roadworks this time of year?
Because it's where the where they have to spend the money for the tax, isn't it?
It's like, if they don't spend all their money by the end of the year, they don't get as much next year.
Yeah.
Well, and if you didn't know that, you know now.
Yes, there we go. So that's, yeah. So it took me an hour. I was like, sweet. So what I did was, I got there and I said, oh, the fella from this store called you. And you said, he goes, yeah, this is it, mate. Here you go. That's yours. I was like, give me some fucking glue as well as the, like a few elbows. So I'll reattach and change stuff and do like a bit of maintenance and whatnot.
Yeah.
Quickly just paid him Apple Pay. Fucking give me the receipt. Cunt. Fucking hell. Took me an hour and 20 to get to work because no one knows how to fucking drive on a Friday and everyone's just fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. So I get to the place, fucking water pissing out. Apprentice is looking at it like, we got a leak. And I'm like, you didn't think to fucking wash it or anything or pick it up or just put like mop down? Just fucking dopey cunt. You got
to teach him that apparently.
Yeah, apparently you got to hold his hand. He's a 25-year-old bloke. So
nice.
I was like, rightio. So I've gone grab the fucking pipe and all the stuff that's in the back of my car, bring it in. And I started pulling the pipes apart. And I was like, okay, so I need about this much pipe. And I, the hacksaw, and I was, he brought it into me and I measured up, cut it. Fucking here we go, rah. And then I've just gone, glued everything up, put the elbows together. And as I put it in, fucking pipe is too thin.
Really?
Yeah.
By much?
Yeah, quite a bit. They couldn't even, you could spin the whole pipe around. You could literally spin the whole pipe around. And I fucking laid down on the ground and just sat in the puddle of fucking shit and just laid there. And it was like 12:30.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm going home.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going home. And I just gave up. I was done with that Friday. And then you're calling me and I'm like, I'll just speak to you later.
Yeah, I wonder why there was a bit of, you ghosted me for a day or so, which isn't like you currently.
No, I was just
I was like, is this something I've done?
No, of course not. It was just that. And then I was just like, I was defeated after that. And I was like, I'm going to go home and see the girls. But fuck me, man. Like,
that would ruin the worst. That would ruin the best of us.
Oh, it's just one of those work ordeals you just don't need. And the thing is, I've kept the place tidy for over a year. Nothing is out of place. Then you hire people and it just comes out and it's just, no one just thinks. It's,
Well, we're all guilty, I guarantee it, of fingering those last bits of meat down the plug hole. Oh yeah.
No,
That's
I've
what it
never.
is.
I'm always trying to get it. I'm always trying to get it. And the thing is, as well, yeah, that too. Don't want to waste product. Go straight back in the sausages.
Yeah.
But when I do, when I've done like a heavy day on the sausages and the mincer plate, obviously the mincer plate's got all the little holes. I let it soak if I know it's been heavy. But if it's a regular day, I just have a bowl there. I have a silver bowl and it's banging out because I got a wire brush and dunk, 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 dunk. Give it a rinse, and then put the rest into the bone bin. Boosh. Everyone's seen me do it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
push
but
that shit down the sink.
But that's what you do. That's what you do. I've had this experience in the past as well.
Yeah, I've had
Okay.
one too many.
Going way back into the catering butchers, we were fortunate enough to have like a full on cleaner. That was literally his job. You'd use a machine, go tell him, and he'll come and clean it. But it'll be when he's not there that everyone will take shortcuts just because it's quicker and easier, and everyone's guilty of taking a shortcut now and then, but that's how you learn, isn't it? But
100%.
they have consequences.
Oh, man. There's
And
just,
the consequences are you on your knees covered in shitty water.
I just laid there. I just gave up. I was just dumb.
I can imagine you just do like a snow angel type thing in the water.
No, it was literally in the fetal position, just laying there, just pondering life, just like
Amongst the drain water and your tears.
in the smell. And I was just sitting there, I couldn't give a fuck. I was done. I was just like, all right, I'm going home to go see the girls and very heavily scrub myself
Yeah.
through the uniform. I think I just gave up on the shirt because it soaked all the way because I had an undershirt as well. And I was like, I'm fucking throwing those away. And then the jeans I just washed because everyone knows how expensive jeans are.
Crazy expensive.
But yeah, fucking, I just don't understand. It winds me up to the max. If people you hire people who you think are confident, like in that aspect, it just really winds me up, and it just makes me, I just got beef with it. I'm just fucking done with the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking done with it, and it just wiles me up to the absolute max, man, and just kills me. I've just got beef with people and their stupidity. Reach out if you understand exactly this feeling. Reach out. Fucking give us a voice message or leave us something on Instagram or something, because that's fucking bullshit. I'm just done with it. And Luke, you've probably been there as well.
I have. It's been a rough time sometimes, a few years ago in and out of the farm shops. Or, okay, tell you what, even being self-employed, I can't necessarily choose who I work with, but I hold myself in a high regard in terms of my cleanliness and my work efficiency and work rate. But let's say I go talk to a boss man of a shop, and I would say 9 times out of 10, they're not there when I'm working. I'm working with Joe Bloggs or Doris.
Doris,
right? And you think how these people got into the position they are, because they're cutting so many corners, and I'm there going, I'm here as the hired help, so to speak.
Yeah, of course.
And I just catch myself going, I wouldn't do it like that, or I go, have you thought about doing it this way?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And it's just, I tried to be as diplomatic as possible because, I need my paycheck at the end of the day. And if this person who I'm working with tells boss man I'm a wanker, he's not going to invite me back the week after,
Yeah, yeah. You always got that workplace snitch.
Yeah. Even if when you're working with one person, I wonder who it could be.
Don't know. It's me looking in the mirror like, you fucking snitch.
It's funny. Sorry. Tell you what, one thing that comes to mind is my first day working in a cutting room over sort of quite a way away, more closer to the West Country. I did a few weekends over near Yeovil, and over in sort of Dorset, Cornwall way.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Dorset, y'all.
Shout out to the Dorset. And the EHO came in.
Of course.
On my first morning there.
Of course.
So they were all running around shitting themselves. You know, and
just get your paperwork in order.
Exactly. I was like, why is everyone running around shitting themselves? And because they had no daily routine. There was no opening checks, closing checks, temperature sheets, whatever. And I was being paid my full wage, right? At this point, when I just went in to cut down beef carcasses, that was all I was hired to do for like 6 hours on that day. And these people were just freaking the fuck out. And I was like, surely someone must have taught you how to behave, you know, in front of someone who of this caliber, you know. The EHOs aren't everyone's friends.
No, of course.
Environmental health officer, if you must know.
Yeah, the one I have is fantastic. Claire,
they are. Most of the time, they want to help you out. You do get some bright teen-ucks that want to just make an example out of you. That's what it is.
It depends how how their morning's going, because they're just people like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know? Then if they've had like one bad site visit and the owner's been an absolute dickhead,
yeah,
of course they're going to be like, all right, well, I've got one more left, and that's put me in a bad mood, and
yeah,
or whatever. You know, it's just a fucking knock-on effect. You know, it's like the morning. You know,
yeah,
morning. It's respecting people as well. Like, fucks. Respecting people and respecting equipment that is not yours. Holy fuck. It fucking rolls me up, man. Fucking it. Oh, just dumb it. I thought of a name.
Go.
Call it the beef line. What's your beef, bro?
The beef hotline.
Yeah, let's call it the beef hotline.
That's brilliant. The beef hotline. What's your beef?
Yeah, what's your
beef?
Yeah.
What's your beef, bro?
Yeah, what's your beef?
I'm so excited. I just need my table really hard.
Tell us what your beef is for the week, or if you got a fucking story, or you got like something to say, or like you're just having a bad day and just want to reach out and get some shit off your chest.
So, no names, no locations needed.
It's up to
you, anonymous.
It's up to you. If you just want it anonymous, we'll leave it as that. But fucking hell, but just fucking send the shit through there, because I don't want to be the only one. It fucking sucks.
Butcher's Bible beef hotline.
Yeah.
What's your beef?
Yeah, hit it up in the email in the bio.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, I had to. They were all fucking running around, completing their checks and all that sort of stuff to pass this EHO visit, and I was the only one standing there, and I took the visit.
Yeah, you would, especially because you're a fucking grown man.
How ridiculous was that? I was like, she was like, and you work here? I was like, I have worked here a couple of times. You know, just make sure it's not my first time walking through that door. It's just the funniest thing. And I was walking around being like, who are these people? Like, these people are hired, you know, and they've been here for a long time, and they're just not cutting it. So I don't know where I'm going with it, but you know,
literally cutting it.
Literally, they're not cutting it.
See, I've never found EHO that difficult, especially doing paperwork. Honestly, the paperwork is like the easiest bit. And what I've done in my shop, I've done it all paperless. I've done it all online, so it's all on one app.
Yeah.
And I'm just like daily check-in, temperatures, deliveries, everything.
Cool.
Yeah. Cost me a couple of £100.
I'm going to be honest. I've never heard of like online, I don't know, whatever you call it, checks. Temperature checks, whatever.
Yeah, because
so you can literally send it to them.
Yeah. So it sends to your email. So you got your work email, and then the daily check personalized to you. And because we're Butcher Shop, they're like, okay, you know, it has my logo, Craft Meats, who's signing in, and what's, and then you scroll down. It says fire door, got no hazards from obstruction, blah blah blah. Yes or no. Click that. Yes, it's clear. And you just keep scrolling down, and then whoever is it, you just at the end, it has a little box. You sign it. Done. Submit. Next one.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. If anyone wants to know who that is as well, it's Jotform. JOTFORM. Yeah, FORM, job form.
That's pretty good. That would save so much time because the amount of hours the amount of hours you spend going through sheet after sheet of cleaning records, temperature charts, for them just to go, this is all filled in with the same pen and handwriting for a whole month.
Yep.
And you're like, oh yeah,
didn't think to change it to black or blue.
yeah. When I was doing it first thing this morning,
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
But no, yeah, like and plus it's all on an app, so you just how often do everyone sign into that? Every fucking second, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. This one's exactly the same, done. And it's not it's just not catered to like butchery, it's chefs and everything else as well. It's
Jot form.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. And I was quite lucky to find them as well, because it's just like one of those random, like those ads, when you used to see ads all the time on Instagram. They used to, and then I think they've really cooled it off now, haven't they, on the old ads? But
it's more like sponsored posts and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I found those guys and I took a screenshot, and I was just like, when I opened up the shop, I was like, yeah, I've got to grab these guys, and then I emailed the bloke and said, oh, do you do it for butchers? And he's just like, yeah. He goes, yeah, and here it is. Send me the criteria and everything.
You see, anything like that makes anything affordable like that makes your life easier. I'm all for it.
100%.
All for
smarter, not harder.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I say that quite a bit actually when I'm telling apprentices or people who are coming casual help. When you see them struggling or something, you just give them the efficient version of the task that they're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's it. Smarter, not harder. Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna look that up later.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it as well, and it also has like what your work policies are, and people can do this. You can do your staff stuff as well, and like all your legal stuff is all on there as well, custom to you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey Anne.
Yes, Lee.
Spring's coming, and our friends over at Was Sauce Hut are having an exclusive offer for all your cooking needs. When you use code BB15, that's BB15, and get 15% off all purchases.
From gift cards to family and single pack sauces, they range from Luke's favorite apple bourbon sauce to Anne's mango, all the way through to their award-winning Crack and Fury rum-infused hot sauce. Woo! Yeah. Start stacking your shelves and get ready for summer, and most importantly, save yourself some money with the code BB15. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
So, like, before you owned and managed a business, what are the surprises that you didn't expect? Now you have done. Do you think?
Fuck's sake, it's really hard to, like, when you're trying to set up an actual shop and you're trying to line up everything because you need plumbers, you need builders, you need to tell.
I've never
everyone
opened up a shop personally myself. I've ran several retail shops and then 2 different types of cutting rooms, but never actually gone from bricks, pretty much like you have, from the ground up.
Yeah.
So tell me.
It's trying to line up people just to do their fucking job. That's the only way I can describe it. Because you're like, all right, everyone's busy. Yeah, we get it. But when you book someone in for a time, you got to turn up, or you just don't like. And I'm harsh. I'm harsh. When it comes to money, it comes to quabbles or whatever you've got. When it comes to that, I'm very harsh. And the best, like, so when I set it up with the fridge guys, and the fridge guys, they were saying, yeah, we're going to be here on this date and we'll do this, we'll get this done and blah, 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 but you'll need to get a floorer to do this and this and this. I was like, yeah, no problems. I know a bit about screeding, and I know about floor laying and everything. And so when I laid out all the floor, I've screeded it, I've laid this vinyl down, this red vinyl, and I've also done the gully in between where my shop, like where in between the shop is, so that I can wash the whole entire thing down and put it into the drain, and off it goes, because there was the waste there, and we're just making up fucking lies, like, oh, our truck broke down and this and that, it's just, this is the pressure, because you got to build around the fridge to now know how much room you've got to put in the other, like the cases, the where the mince is going. And you can't put in any of the walls either, because you need to go, okay, I need to paint, like I need to, sand and paint and varnish and and then just do it all, just the whole setup between it, and just to watch all your hard-earned money just go, just trickle out. It's like little bits and pieces. But if anyone opens a shop, like, then you're going into it quite blind. When I reached out to Johnny Farrell and I said, look, man, I'm opening a store. Like, what should I do? And he goes, get yourself a decent fridge and get yourself a decent mincer. And I was like, anything else? He goes, yeah, drink beer. I was like, oh, fucking cheers.
Lots of it.
Yeah. But he was really helpful, Johnny, because I got the opportunity to do that. And Johnny was really good. He was very, very helpful in many aspects. And same with Dave Corbett as well. He was very helpful. Like,
nice.
Dave's a good cheerleader as well. Me and Dave, cheerleaders for life.
Cheerleaders for life.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's been a trial. It's also the unknown as well. It's also that unknown. You're like, because like I said in episode 1, it's just, you'd never heard of garden center inside of, like, a butcher inside of a garden center, like the trials that they're there,
Yeah.
Just constantly trialing new things, making wrong judgments, busy days to non-busy days to, it's just trying to get the characters down and trying to just keep pushing and trying to just keep going.
It's the consistency, isn't it? That's the thing. That's the thing which a lot of people don't necessarily have, is the consistency.
When I opened up the shop, I worked 91 days straight.
Fuck.
That's
wild.
Yeah. And one day off I got, my business partner came back and he goes, have a day off. I slept. My wife let me sleep the whole entire day. I woke up to my alarm the next day and got up, did I think another 51 or 52 days. So I think I did again. Yeah. And then I had like 2 or 3 days off after that. But yeah, 91 is a solid effort.
That's insane. Yeah. That's solid effort. We shouldn't glorify overworking, but that is some serious graft putting in.
Well, that was like it's just the trial. Like, you don't know what to expect. First day, and of course, the first week we opened, it was the Queen's Jubilee, and I was
brilliant.
Yeah, so that was really good. And like, we made coronation chickens, like the coronation chicken sausages. We made those. People absolutely loved them. But then other people were like, well, I don't want mayonnaise in my sausage. And I was like, there's no mayonnaise. It's just a curry chicken sausage with fucking sultanas. Calm down, cunt. Stuff like that. Or they're like, oh, I don't like sultanas, or I don't like chicken. You're like, don't fucking have them. There's pork.
Yeah, buy something else.
Yeah, there's pork, beef, and lamb and chicken. Like, just fucking, don't focus on that, please. Don't be fucking dumb. But it's the British.
It's not just like the only thing we sell is chicken sausages with sultanas inside.
Yeah, just chicken sausages. That's all we do. Yeah. But like, anyone who's worked that many days, then open up a new business and has worked that many days,
Yeah,
they know.
I think my longest stint of full days was a Christmas, probably, I don't know, 2016, 17, I think. It was pretty much just myself, because a lot of people had vacated the premises, if you will, because of, I don't know, for management politics. It was nothing to do with me, but, I was the one who was left to pick up the pieces. I was, and
the middleman.
Yeah, I think it was from mid-November. I was just pulling, 10, 12-hour days up until Christmas. Yeah. It was relentless, that, and at that point as well, it was in a farm shop where we solely used stuff off the farm. So there was no buying stuff in. So
there's no wholesaler.
No. All the work had to be done whole carcass.
Yeah.
As well as being open 6 days a week. It was fucking mad. Fortunately enough, we had the farmers to help with turkey processing and gutting and all that sort of stuff. But I still had to oversee that because they don't know what quality is what I want to sell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's I look back on that fondly because that's a real make or break moment in a career. You know,
Yeah.
you can sink or swim. You know, fight or flight sort of mentality, if you will. And
I definitely say sink or swim, like fight or flight.
Yeah.
You either fight for another day to just go fuck this, you know, or you fly through it. Or it's just,
yeah. And also, I didn't feel there was an option to quit. You couldn't stop.
yeah,
Can't
you can't stop. Like we just love the trade too much. Just to we fucking made a podcast about it, so we're talking about it. So look at this guy.
I know. I tell you what, it's been again. I'm saying this again. What a good reaction we've had as well.
100%.
You know, I truly appreciate it. You know, just
Yeah.
of
Shout
us
out to
listening.
you guys.
I've listened to so many podcasts, you know, where people just either they're insanely structured or they're just chatting, you know, casually chatting. You know, I've always wanted to give it a go, much like yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, blown away with all the people being like, "Come on, boys, you can do this." Sort of.
Yeah.
You know,
This is going to be epic. Oh, fucking.
yeah. And just, you know, when actually in reality, we're having a laugh, we're enjoying chatting to each other. We would be doing this anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so why not invite people into the fold, if you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. Definitely. And yes, for the 100th time, we will be bringing guests on. And the first guest that we do have, we're not going to tell you. We're just going to fucking drop it. Because
you'll know who they are. It's a name. Yeah. Most people know who they are. You know,
it's just a great household name.
Yeah, we've just got to finalize the time.
Yeah,
over a couple of dates, and you know we'll be there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we've also got some big news at the end of this, which we will share. So fucking hold on tight to that.
Hold on tight.
Yes, I'm very fired up to that, mate. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Right. You got another topic for me?
What do you want to do? We can do should we talk about teams that you've had in the past without naming any names? Or teams that you've worked with? Teams that you've worked with in the past. It doesn't have to be who you're with now.
Nah, because I'm just trying to rely on people. Like, there's no real good teams that stick out of my head that you want to talk about. In that,
or bad. We spoke about Paul Kenny in the last episode.
Kenny was retarded. All right, so I did. Yeah, all right. There was like one farm shop I did work at over in
somewhere.
And so the owner, because he liked to do the head to tail stuff. Because he ran a lot of the farms and he was really good friends with the farmers and that, and he would hire just the old boys. The old boys are just on their way out. You know, there's a young fella, just me coming in, just going in for that manager role.
Thinking he's shit hot.
I am shit hot. No, I'm joking. But yeah, like same with the HACCP kind of ordeal. The shop was so old, it had the sawdust on the ground. It had the stuff running down the legs, like the bleach and everything, and you could just tell. Yeah. And then the block hasn't been scrubbed. That just needed to be pulled out, stripped down, cleaned, swept, and mopped. But these boys, they're just that old mentality. But yeah, and I'll tell you what, 3 of them just didn't last within the first month with me.
Wow.
But also they were really odd as well. I've never seen this, but like, tell me if this is like an old school thing or this is like a laziness thing. So obviously we got a 5-pin rib of beef. So say this is a 5-pin rib of beef. The spinal column, so let's flip it. Yeah. Ribeye here. Where's my camera? Ribeye's here. And you got the spinal column that runs down, and then you got the flat with the spine and meets down the middle.
Yeah.
To go through the spine itself, is it an old school thing to cut straight into the ribeye with your saw and go straight into the ribeye to take that bone off and then separate it? Is that an old school thing or is that a lazy thing?
Well, so it's sort of like when you were to cut the chine bone off, be a step from the bone going like this, like almost like a right angle going step down on the bone and then ribeye continues round.
Yeah, but it goes into the ribeye.
I think it is. I don't give a fuck sort of thing. Those boys have been around for the longest time. When they started, it was you just meat slinging anything and everything. People would just buy anything. I spoke to a couple of boys that I've worked with in the past. They were just like, when we were younger, we would just take the fore of a lamb and just chop it into chunks, and people would have it like that.
Yeah.
We didn't chine anything. We just had like you chop the pork chops with the chine bone on, and the feather bones on the back as well.
Yeah.
Right. I think they're still in that mentality, and very much we are of a time where people know they want to know where their food comes from, and they also want it to look good. Right. They just don't see that. I think you're right in saying it is like an old boy perspective of that, because if I were to cut it, or when I do cut my chine bones off, I cut it with the sort of the gradient of the ribeye. I bring the saw up at quite a steep angle, like this, if you will. So here's the chine bone. I bring it up like here, as opposed to going in directly in on it.
Yeah, so that's what they were doing.
That follows the
bones. So you had the bones like going up,
yeah,
cut straight in, ribeyes here, and then they'll go straight in to the ribeye, and it would run all the way across. And I'm just like, what is going on here?
It'll eat the same, man. I don't know what's
all three of them. All three of them did
the same. Yeah.
No, I know that, but it's just like all three of them. It's just like every time I just used to dread it when they used to touch beef, because we would go through about 26 lambs, 25 lambs a week. And that's all I did was just prep lamb for like 3 days solid, as well as serve, do counters and whatever else. And, one boy making sausages and literally, but the place just needed a fucking scrub, and the team ethics. But the thing is, work 2 minutes, break 10 minutes. That was their motto.
Really?
Yeah. Or, a bit stiff, the old arm, it's just like coughing.
Go for a cig.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I'm just like, we've got a counter to fill. We've got an order for 200 beef sausages. We need to get into that beef. Also, I'm not even halfway on this lamb, and it's taken me a day and a half. I mean, there was just no team organization. They'd just drop everything or just spill. It just wouldn't work. And so,
yeah, I hope that I don't want to say this, but do you reckon you reach a time in your career where you go, this is me now, I'm just going to be here till I'm on my way out, and you don't necessarily need the job, you don't need to work, your work ethic is kind of gone, which I hope, God forbid, ever happens to me, because I don't know what I'd do with myself.
I don't think that would ever happen to us, and I don't think it would happen to a lot of other people who work in this industry. I don't think a lot of us would get to that point.
Pride, a lot of it as well. Love. And I'm very proud.
Love overcomes pride.
I'm very proud of my work. Yes. Sometimes to my own detriment, I think.
Did you see my reel today?
I've seen my reel.
Yeah, yeah, I saw your reel today packing that beef.
Packing the beef mince. Gosh.
Yeah.
I think, it's a funny one, but they're just stuck in their ways, much as we might be in 40 years if we're still in the trade. You've been there, done that, seen it all.
Yeah, but wouldn't you just keep going? I'm going to cut that ribeye better. I'm going to break that lamb quicker. I'm going to.
I'm still in that mindset now. So
that's how I am. Yeah.
Praise be to whoever I need to praise, that I'll continue on that.
Yeah. Change the window display. Fucking add some fog machine to the display and whatever else. Do something.
Have you got a fog machine in your?
No, it's just me because I'm a heavy breather.
But you do not with vaping to the counter.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in the corner of my where's that?
I've always thought that where you go into I was about to say it then, a named supermarket.
There we go.
And they've got the like the condenser things running over the top of it. I was like, that's pretty fancy, isn't it? Or it's either like a rave that I don't understand. The lights are going to turn off in a minute, and the strobe lights are going to start.
The midget out with a plate of Coke.
Yeah.
Lines up.
Yeah. Ossobuco.
Oh, don't mind if I do, man.
Yeah. I think I saw that the first time years ago. It was on the vegetables in the supermarket as well. And I was like, that's a fucking gimmick. That's not going to work. But it's everywhere now. Isn't it?
Everywhere. In Australia as well, when you have the open food markets and everything as well, they'll have like a mist up. So they'll have like these thin pipes running over the top of all these fresh fruit and veggies and everything, and it'll just slowly mist like all of them and keep them moist and everything because everything just dries out.
Very good idea.
And at my local pub as well, the Pier Bar.
They do that to the locals, do they?
Yeah, because it's so hot. So you'll be sitting there, and the sun is like over there, and it's just blasting you, and you got the bar and everything behind you. It's all And then every 10, 15, I never, like I was there for years, never counted, but it just, and you just sit there talking, and you're like,
it genuinely missed you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of taking the piss, but that sounds pretty sick.
It was really good. And you're in a singlet and boardies, you got your thongs on, and then just, and you're like, oh, good. And then you it dries in a minute, and you're like, oh yeah, put them back to just drinking rum and coke.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Also, dry ice. Like, what if anyone's done a full window display of just dry ice? I think that's something someone should do.
Oh, you mean with like dry ice underneath it?
Yeah. And so it's like misting out. Like,
that'd look cool though. Pretty theatrical.
You could do it in my window display because I prop everything up, and I've got like slats underneath propped up on like egg cases. And like you could probably get the dry ice underneath separated throughout it, and it'll like mist it up.
That'd be pretty cool. Halloween.
I did think about that actually. Halloween was a good shout.
I did a pig head once with an apple in its mouth in one of the farm shops I was at.
Yeah,
it didn't go down how I expected it to.
It never does, honestly. It's too gruesome for people, but it's like you just like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, that bacon you're eating is not from this pig, but it's from its brother. Yeah,
it's from his mate down the pan.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just like, haha, like thinking it was going to be hilarious, and she was like, oh my god.
Is he gonna finish that apple?
Yeah. Y'all go eat that.
Yeah, you're gonna eat that.
It never went down the way I thought it did. I did it twice, and then both times I should have learned my lesson the first time, to be honest, but I didn't.
You're gonna go back for seconds.
I'm gonna go for more.
You're just like the rest of us, when someone goes, "Oh, that plate's hot," and you're just like, "I need to fucking touch it."
Right. You go to the local takeaway where they put those plates in front of you, the hot plates, to put your dishes on, and they go, "It's very hot," and you go, "Oh, you're fucking right, yeah."
Fucking hell, yeah.
I'm not invincible.
Well, yes, that too, and you're not asbestos either, so it's poking out.
Very true. No, it's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've worked with a couple of old boys in the past. They mean well, but they don't really care. They just want to go for their nap at lunchtime.
Fuck yeah. I could always go for a nap at lunch.
We're always like looking down the side where he was like down by the kettle and all the dry goods, just like cozied up amongst the bags of sage that we had down there.
Yeah, nice. I've fallen asleep because I've been so hungover before in my fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the hard thing was
in the fridge.
Yeah.
That's a feat, if anything.
Yeah, it was great. Because I got such a big fridge as well, and I got big racks and everything. But the hard thing is I haven't got anything with fucking cardboard. So trying to lay that down, and then you just grab a front end of beef, prop that up, and you're just like, fuck yeah. And then just ready to go. But, we're falling asleep in there before and had the boys look after because that was after the Sizzle Fest as well.
Right. Yeah.
I was just like, I'm so hungover for this. And the missus dropped me off back into work in the morning, and I was
because you couldn't drive. You're still drunk.
Yeah.
I know. I had that. Went to the races one year. With a customer, which was quite funny. He was a proper geezer. He was like, "Come to the races with me. I've got an extra ticket." I didn't. I tried to stay. I stayed off the old the nose beers. But it got absolutely smashed, and what? Then off the nose beers.
Nose beers.
Yeah, couple of lines of nose beer.
Yeah, man.
I managed to stay off that because I knew I had work in the morning.
Yeah, of course.
And I ended up just getting absolutely annihilated because I was like trying to keep up with people who were very much intoxicated by chemical means.
Yeah.
So
it never ends well.
I went into work the next day, still just like, I didn't drive, much like yourself. Did not drive, and managed to get a lift in, and just spent the whole time propping up the counter. It was just one of the days you'd like to forget. I didn't manage to catch a nap.
Yeah. No, I was like, the boys can look after this. It's a Sunday. The beef can wait till Monday. But I'll take this front end and I'll prop this up here and I'll have a snooze.
You're looking like one of the unhoused in the fridge.
Oh, it's disgusting. You know when you're that hungover, you can taste, smell, and you just hurt all over.
Yeah,
that was me.
Very much so.
That was me.
I don't know. It's never
bad.
Is it?
I didn't even know why I need to go into work. There was 2 of them on a fucking Sunday.
Yeah,
but it's part of being a boss, I guess. In a way.
You had to. It's the grind. It's the grind. It's the love of the grind. Everyone's got it. I'm sure people listening, they're like, shit. I hate to love being way too busy.
Yeah, nice.
It's the thrill. It's the thrill of I have way too much to do today. I'm not going to get it all done, but I'm going to fucking try.
Also, hit up the beef hotline as well if you got one of those yarns.
What a hungover story! I bet everyone has. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Send us a DM on Instagram.
Yeah.
Title beef hotline with your hungover stories.
Yeah. There's some crackers, I'm sure, in there as well.
I can already think of a few people that may be sending them already.
Yeah, I got a few as well. It's gonna be great.
It'll be very good. Yeah. Yes. You saying like you don't know why you went in with your team being there. I think you're only as good as your team, no matter how good you think you are, or how much you think you can get done. You're only as strong as your weakest link, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is why you got to surround yourself with people who you can have a good crack with, but also crack on.
Yeah, definitely. There is. But there's also that aspect as well where people come in that you didn't see on the Friday or the Saturday that will come in on the Sunday. And because you always get those people who will only be served by Luke or Ant.
Oh, yeah.
They won't make conversation to anyone else. They'll just be like, oh, can I please have, or, oh, is Luke here or Ant here? And they're like, oh, no, it's his day off. They'll be like, oh, okay, when's he back in? Oh, Tuesday? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll see him then. Don't worry.
No, I've got a good story about that.
Yeah, like, that's what kind of most days were like for me right at the beginning, because you're trying to show face.
The people would wait for you.
Yeah, of course, and I'm making conversation, trying to break the mold with, Doris over here.
Yeah. Well, I talk to so-and-so. They have some great ideas whilst you're off doing something else.
Yeah, of course, and then the people like in the summertime, they will wait. They'll sit there. If it's just me solo on a random Thursday afternoon, the sun's beaming and everyone just turns up at that 4 o'clock. Everyone would just wait and they all chat. And that's why, like, when I've introduced doing the master classes and everything, they've all become really good friends and they actually do hang out quite a bit. Some of them do actually, and they're like, we're going to their wedding. We've been invited. We're going to their place in Malta or Spain and blah blah blah. We've been invited to go to Greece with them. You're like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Where's my invite?
Yeah, fuck you, right? I was the one who helped you with all this.
Yeah. Told you, man of the people.
Man of the people. President. And for president. But yeah, it was like that, but everyone's just happy to wait. But if I'm breaking that mold with Doris, people are just like, oh yeah, how was it? Yeah, okay. They're just, bro, what can I get you? Or, and just, it's part, that's what it was like when I first opened up. But that nap, needed that nap.
Yeah, good. I once worked with an old boy who, he was very much liked by the customers. He's one of them ones who was just like a counter guy. He'd been doing it for years. He didn't have much interest in the back of the shop, making the sausages, putting the graft in. He was the counter guy. He very much,
here's the face.
He doted on the counter, and it was spot on. I can't knock it. A couple of things I may have changed, but I wouldn't knock it.
Yeah, of course. Did he shower? He wasn't a smelly bastard, was he?
No, he was quite a clean guy, actually. I think he was one of those guys who had he had a loving wife, but he would flirt with anything with legs. You know, he's one of those kind of guys. He's like, customer will come in and they say, "How is the rump steak? How tender is it?" He would look at them dead in he'd look at them dead in the eye and be like, "As tender as you are, madam." And they'd say, "I'll have the whole tray. Thank you very much."
Yeah, so 50 quid. Thank you very much.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys, a bit seedy, but he meant well. And he went away.
It's that banter.
He went away once. Yeah. It is the banter with the customers. Like, it's the relationship, and they just found it funny. They weren't like, "Oh my gosh, my future lies with him." They were just there for the banter, and it was just a laugh because most of them knew he was being sarcastic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And a customer came in one time when I was serving on the counter, and she was like, "Is David in?" I said, "No, he's not, unfortunately. But is there anything I can help you with?" She was like, "I'll wait for David." I was like, "Oh, he won't be back for a while yet. I'm here. If there's anything you want, any questions, let me know." Went back to pepper and chicken, whatever it was. Excuse me. And she comes over and goes, "Is David going to be back soon?" I was like, "He'll be a little while." She was like, and then she cut me off when I tried to talk. Went back to waiting in the corner of the shop. She then waited maybe a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes. She comes back over and after I've served a few customers, and she says, "When's David back?" I was like, "Probably about 2 weeks. He's gone to Mallorca." So she just kept on waiting. She was just a die-hard fan of his and wanted to be served by him the whole time.
Of course, yeah.
Needless to say, she didn't wait for the 2 weeks. But
wow, she would have starved.
Yeah.
Or she's just getting takeaways, so she would have been a fat bitch.
Yeah, but yeah. But she didn't. Yeah, she wasn't rude about it. She was just like, "I'll wait for David."
Of course.
Okay. I was like, "You're gonna be waiting a while. He's gone on holiday."
Yeah, you sit in that corner all week.
Fucking David, as tender as you are, madam.
Yeah. You got any heart? I've got this one for you.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, those are my favorites. Yeah.
Gosh, I'll try and think of some extra ones that you said, but I'll have to contact someone else that worked there as well. I'm like, what were David's top 10 sayings? And I'll get some golden ones. I promise.
Yeah, nice. Top 10. Right. Would it just top sayings in general?
Yeah, he was a funny guy, but yeah, I'll contact him and we'll have a little go. Great guy though, great guy, good butcher, fucking rapid. I got quite a bit off with him because he was left-handed, so I just stood off the other side of the block to him, opposite.
They're left-handers,
and just mirrored him. That was brilliant. I didn't copy any of his customer service. Sort of.
Should have.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think customer service is pretty good.
You're not customer facing anymore, so you're just talking to me half the time.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. In your ear, in your headphones, when you're making a sale.
Yeah.
In your ear going, "Make the sale and make the sale."
Well, you can't fault my customer service.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah,
it's very, very good.
I've won multiple awards on that customer service, and no one said anything about it.
No.
I've had a fair few butchers on the old line back when I was calling a lot of them. But then it just busy and all that. But then they'll be like, "Oh, that's an easy sale," and it's just like,
yeah, ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, right. I got something for you. I forgot about this. So, sad day. Regular busy sad day. Fuck with
sad day. Saturday. Right, good. Yeah. I think it was a sad day.
It was. So when we were going off of our old Doris coming in because her fucking cat or dog sick and mincing ribeye or fillet.
Oh yeah, the fillet steaks for your dog jam. Yeah. I went off on one about that for a sec, didn't I?
Yeah, it did. It really did. Yeah. Now, Doris came in. I've got a puppy, but then I've also got an older dog. It's her birthday Sunday, so this airs on whenever it airs, but the Sunday is today. I was like, right, What would you
Happy
do?
birthday, dog.
Yeah, happy birthday, whatever your name was, Sammy or something, I think it was. I didn't quite listen to her because this was ridiculous. She wanted a pound of ribeye and she wanted half a pound of fillet, minced together and served up into 3 bits, like 3 portions. One for her, one for the puppy, and one for the dog.
Right.
Have a guess.
Were they all going to eat it off the floor? Together as a family?
I'm trying to figure out if she was doing raw cooked or just all raw, like what it was. I didn't fucking ask. I said, sure.
Yeah.
Have a guess how much it cost them.
What were your weights?
So £60 a kilo for fillet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half a pound.
Yeah.
And then a pound of ribeye at $46.50.
I don't know. My quick maths isn't up to scratch. Tell me. Surprise me.
Oh, well, it's £72.
£72 for effectively 2 dogs' dinners and Doris's dinner as well.
Yeah, so 1 meal.
What were you thinking of me when you did that?
I was laughing.
That's fucking outrageous.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, fuck yeah for the sale. You know, but
obviously I overcut, overminced.
Of course, naturally. Fucking cowboy butcher over here.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, when people do come up to me, they're like, "Oh, I want 6 ounces." I've gone, this ribeye is going to be a bit thick, so if you do cut it to that size, it's going to be a bit thin. So let me just cut it. So when I say it to people, they're like, I always go about a thumb thickness, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I go a bit bigger, and you go, like, there's a wedge.
Yeah.
26 quid for that piece or whatever. And that's why Doris, I was just like, oh, yeah, there's 3 of yous. Puppy's going to eat a bit. You're going to eat a bit, aren't you, D? She's like, yeah, of course. I want you to cut up, you know. But that she wanted those weights. But obviously, because I'm customer service, you always got to say, is that what you want to get to cook? You know, 72 quid. Cheers for fucking coming.
In the pocket. Well, I mean, you can't knock that, can you? But I still stand by it, is that it's completely ridiculous giving your dog some prime steak. You could have given it a cow's asshole and it wouldn't have known.
No. But when you were saying, but the thing is, Sunday, because we do work a Sunday trade, people were coming in, do you have any ribeye? And it's just like, I would have had some more ribeye if I just didn't sell it to that dog. But then also, I would be £72 down. So is that...
It's a weird one, isn't it? You know, you want to make the sale, but also that dog's not going to come back and ask for some more fillet or ribeye, is it?
No, because it's going to take it off the fucking puppy's plate. And it's like, nah, brass,
it's going to eat the puppy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can you mince my puppy, please?
Sure. Sure.
There'll be a service charge, but yeah, fine.
Yeah, of course, yeah. How do you want it portioned?
Yeah.
two lots of, 2-pounders, you know. Yeah.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious.
But yeah, no, it was like, it is that catch-22, isn't it? It's like, do you make the sale or do you push them into like something else?
It depends. If you know that there's going to be some loyal people coming in, save it for them, you know.
This is the thing. I ain't never seen Doris.
Yeah.
So do you take the 72 and run?
I think I would. I probably would. I'd be like, freaking quick sale. Yes, please. Thank you. And then I'd probably make the next person who wanted ribeye buy something else. You know, if they're that way inclined and they're here to get a good steak, you just talk them into something else. You know, maybe like a good thick chunky flat iron that you got.
A flat iron disp is quicker than anything. People just want it diced up and into pies, and
it is pretty good.
Whatever.
I mean, you don't put your bavette into pie steak. Anyway, earlier I was cruising through Instagram, as I always do.
Slut for the old gram, aren't you?
Horrendous is insane. You know,
it consumes too much of our time.
It does. I hope hope you're not getting any feedback off my mic at the moment. But
yeah, what is it? What do we got?
I saw a clip of Joe Rogan, the god himself.
Yep.
Podcasting.
Yep.
and he's saying some pretty poignant things in terms of what's happening in the world currently. Take it as what you will.
Okay.
But I'll play it for you guys now, and I'd love to hear your take on it. So,
the people that grow your food, goddammit, wake up. Wake up to why anyone would do that. What fucking government would fuck with the farmers? What government would make it harder on the farmers? You're telling me that that's your number one problem is the farmers? How much crime do you have? How many murders? How many thieves? How many rapists? How many child molesters? How many swindlers? How many people that are ripping people off? How many credit card fraudsters do you have out there? If you're going after farmers? There's no way that's positive.
I love it.
Cunts.
Straight away, just fucking cunts. I love it.
No, he is savage. He's. I love the way he is now. Okay, so if he doesn't answer to no man, sort of thing, and he's one of the people who I personally think that is somewhat unbiased in terms of things. And it is wild what's happening at the moment with all the farmers, and now of what started in Europe and which is now coming to the UK. Started this week with the protests down in Dover, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So the farmers were honking and everything in the supermarkets. But it's funny how it's just started in France and it's gone over to India.
Oh yeah, India's quite a big thing currently, I think.
Yeah. So in India, they've like got all their tractors and they've broken through like the riot police and everything as well. So there is there is a big shift happening right now, and supporting the farmers is just wild. People just don't realize where their food comes from, or like what the agriculture is all about, or like how the whole ecosystem works from farm to fork. People just like a lot of people just think that the food just comes in these plastic cases or like plastic bags and everything as well. I know it's not a percentage of people, and I know we're not having a go at years for the lack of education and everything, but in a world of technology, and we have the most powerful device in our hand, and we're all listening to it right now, watching it, streaming it, holding it. There's no excuse for not being any more educated than you were last week. You should
100%.
You should be learning a little bit more every day. Like every day I go outside, I go outside of the realms of what I don't know, and I'll keep pushing that. But with the way the whole dynamic of everything that's happening right now and around the world, especially because it started in France, we trust the French to fucking right. But they're
pretty good at protesting. You got to give them that.
Yeah, definitely. But they're just getting shit on, especially here in Europe. And the British farmers, they deserve a lot more. Same with every farmer around the world, especially in Australia as well. Like in Australia and US, big countries like those, and they got droughts, they got floods, they got tornadoes, they got, everything else. And all the elements against them. It's just wild. And the governments are like, nah, methane gas, cow farts and burps, cut it out.
Yeah. Whilst they're pumping out horrendous amounts of pollution in God knows what, quantities.
And just look at the food. Look at your supermarkets. Look at the crisps. Look at the chocolates. Look at the food aisles. All those aisles there. That's not food. Look at McDonald's. Look at KFC. Look at Hungry Jack's. Look at fucking Burger King.
It's the whole ingredients.
Not food.
If you look on the back of your ready salted crisps, a lot of the time there's going to be around 20 ingredients on the back of them. I know if you're not getting the more upmarket, hand cooked, let's say, crisps, which have got 5 ingredients, or or the chocolate that's got 6 ingredients as opposed to all the palm oils and everything in it. It's just, you just got to be, as you're right in saying, there's no excuse in being more educated, considering you have the world in the palm of your hand. All the information you can now have, right at your fingertips on the toilet. There's no sort of excuse.
No, exactly.
I think, and as it's becoming more prevalent in consumer habits. 100%, people are wanting to know not necessarily where the meat comes from, but what's on it. You can get your bought in rubs and glazes and stuff, but often they're full of crap as well. I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah,
And you're MSGs, you got everyone this. Yeah,
yeah. There's a few that are really going out of their way to try and be natural and stuff, but it's just too expensive.
oh yeah. But there is people out there who are doing all those fine products. You know, we do know some of them, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they deserve a lot more recognition. But it's
doesn't make money though, mate. Recognition doesn't necessarily make money at the moment, does it?
no, but it's, you know, the reputation that people do have, it does hold up. But instead of selling it cheap and nasty and full of shit, you know, you don't really go back to that. I know people like are addicted to Macca's and KFC and all this and that, but when it comes to rubs and sauces in the barbecue game, there's only one person to trust.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, like we promised at the beginning of this episode as well, that we have got some really big news and we're absolutely fucking fired up. I don't know how we've transpired into like the rubs and the sauces and everything. That just worked out brilliant.
Yeah.
So, big news is Luke and I have got a sponsor on board, and I want everyone to give it up for Was Hut Sauces as well.
Spicy.
Very good. Yeah. So the legend there, Warren Kimbo. If you don't know who he is, fucking jump onto his Instagram, jump onto his website, and he has fired up a discount code for us. Right now, It's going to be in the link. It's going to be in the link in the bio. So have a look, have a go. But the dude is doing a fantastic work. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Was Hut Sauces is on Instagram. He's just a fantastic bloke, and he's doing an honest product. Like that conversation just rolled out together really nicely. But like, he's no MSGs. He's doing an honest product, and he's on board with the Butcher's Bible as well.
Yeah,
we could not be happier. Yeah. And you know, he's got 3 award-winning sauces as well. One being a hot sauce, which is the Kraken Fury. I'm a rum fan, and it's got that perfect balance. And the thing is, as well, with stuff like this, it's fucking consistent. His stuff is just consistent all the way through, and that's what keeps winning him awards. So have a look at his website, have a go at him on Instagram, and give him a fucking follow because he's just a straight up legend. You know, he's just one of us. He's doing good work. It's just honest bloke.
It's quality stuff.
100%, yeah.
It's quality stuff. And as was Sauce Hut, as WAZS _ sauce _ hut on Instagram.
Yep, that's it.
Go take a look.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing amazing work, and everyone should really, really get on him.
Yeah.
But yep.
Good stuff.
Right. I think that wraps up this week's episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Nice one.
Nice to see you, man.
And you. I'm sure we'll be in contact very soon.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Nice to see you. Cheers for coming, everybody. Have a nice, easy week. Cheers, Nick.
Peace.
Bye.